Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Darcy, and for the last few weeks, I've been sharing the ugly side of change, really powerful and personal and professional conversations about wisdom gained through changes that were anticipated or traumatic. And I was just wanting to extend an invitation for you to subscribe to my channel and stay informed about these powerful, insightful, healing conversations that I'm providing each week. So thanks so much, and make sure to subscribe under this. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with Morgan Peterson. You might know her from Blown Away, the Netflix series, which she, of course, won. But I know her and had the opportunity to be with her when she was really giving of her talent and her time for the American Diabetes Association. And when I started doing the ugly side of change, I was like, I have to talk to Morgan because she's so brilliant. She's such a brilliant light. And so we're here to talk about the ugly side of changes. And gosh, you've been through so many on a personal level, on a professional level.
hmm
And, I just welcome your insight and your support of all of the other women because it takes our tribe, man.
Oh, yeah. And it's the older I get, the more insufferable I find the demographic of people that the world was built for. So it's like my tolerance has gone out. I would say like it doesn't even exist anymore. I like tolerate nothing. So it's like, and especially when I see it happen to someone else, God help them. It's like that's the world we're living in, radical, change takes radical actions. And it's like not stepping down from anything that you like, it's not the time to like be gentle about it.
No, it's not. And I love how you said intolerance because my patient level, I thought it was because I'm over 60 now. So I thought it was my age, but it's really I that whole you see it, you say it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be quiet anymore.
No.
And I admire you so much because here you are in this male dominant,
hmm
it's kind of that whole thing, the duality of it, because you're in this male dominated, glass blowing industry, and then you show up with this divine feminine with no excuses of who you are, and you're like, here I am, and I'm gonna do this, and you like blow them out of the water, like you blew them away. Like I think we're all doing that right now, but you're kind of a trailblazer for it.
I mean, it's like I find like I don't know a lot of like any sort of injustice to be like completely intolerable and like I just can't stand it. Like I think about things all the time of I grew up in the 80s and it was always watch it. I grew up very privileged, in the sense that I had like a healthy family, for the most part, like healthy, whatever that means. Like both my parents were there and they were able to work. They were able to work, and do those things. And I had an education and all that. So I was incredibly privileged. I compared to like other demographics of people. And, never did I have to fight for anything based off the color of my skin. The only thing I can really relate to is noticing the vast differences and how male and female or female identifying people or male identifying people, how they navigate these spaces. And it's just trying to like always put yourself in someone else's shoes. It's like people for some reason don't even think about it until they face some sort of adversity.
Right.
And it's like, I feel like in a way, I was pretty lucky to grow up like a black sheep, kind of an outsider, just different and never really fit in. And so I feel like those experiences for me made me look at and think about how other people would perceive something or how they were feeling. Oh, I wouldn't want to feel that way. I wouldn't want that. Or if I was in that
Right.
situation, I would hope someone would help me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
or when
Right.
you see something that is wrong, you say something regardless of the implications it may have, which I deal with still to this day in every single work environment I'm in. It does not matter. It has not changed. There are people in my environment who, have been so supportive of me, both male and female identifying. And one of my biggest advocates is like, even in the glass industry, which is incredibly still very sexist, male dominated, it's hard. Like, the young men will always get the leg up on the women. They will get paid more, even if you have 20 years more experience. It's a boys' club and it's a white boys' club. So
It
it's like disgusting.
it
But
is.
one of my biggest advocates, even through all of this, is like my boss. And it's like, and he's, I love him. He's always given me the courage and told me to just do it, even if he's like the figurehead, but it's like, to have his vote of approval just as a mentor and a friend,
Right,
and a
right.
person that I care about is nice. But it's like the world around us has not, it's a very slow change. Progress is very slow. You know, we have only had the right as women to even have credit cards since what, 1974?
Can you imagine that? I
And
I
like,
was 11. I was 11 and
to have their own
like
bank account,
I
like,
remember getting my first credit card that I had forever. Major mistake of adding my ex-husband's name to it, but like I had that one credit card and I remember my mother saying to me, "You keep your credit card. You make sure you have your credit card." And isn't that crazy? Isn't it astonishing? It's
it's so,
astonishing.
like, my mother is such a badass. And I didn't really understand this at the time, and like, looking back, because I'll look at my credit reports, all that stuff that we have to do to live in this capitalistic hellhole. Uh, she had put, as soon as we were born, my sister and I, our names on her credit cards. So we had established that much credit from the day of our birth because she has excellent credit. And she was always explaining to me, like, I never really understood what she was saying, like, or where she was coming from. She's very, like, can be very abrasive and very direct. There's no coddling, no sugarcoating of anything. And she doesn't like to explain herself. So it's like very, rigid. And I was like, why is she like, she was always so strict with money and finances with us. And I understand now why, because of how hard it was. And she wanted to establish that for us to try to give us that leg up that she never had. And
Right.
and she's a fierce, like, and I mean this in the nicest, in the best way possible. And you probably have to bleep this out. She is like the fiercest cunt I know, and I love her for it. It's like, I hope to
I love
be
her.
that, it's like she's amazing. And it's like what she's put up with, what she's dealt with personally, with like the people in our lives that she has to like basically take care of. And it's like infuriating, but she's that, like, such an amazing human. And like, even through all that adversity, she's like pushes through. So I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. So it's like, you always try to help others and do what you can with the resources that you have. And like, she's,
Right.
even if like it seems like wrong or uncomfortable, you stand up for the things that are correct.
Your mom is a nurse, right, Morgan?
Yeah, well, she
Yeah.
retired.
Yeah.
She worked at Brigham and Women's, and like, she's just a force. She does not suffer any fool.
Do you know
She
what is
does
so
not care.
powerful? Because like my mom was a nurse. She passed, but she was a nurse. She went from being nurse to a nursing supervisor, director of nursing, and then she went back to school. We were both in school, and she was getting her master's. She was an administrator of a nursing home. And so she was a single working mom, like the same kind of grit. It's not even grit. It's like this unseen force within these women who like are in nursing. Like don't fuck with them. Like my mother was the kindest, most giving person, started a soup kitchen in our hometown. Like that's what we did. Holidays, you went and worked in the soup kitchen. And don't mess with her though.
Yeah.
She found out that all the men were making like thousands of dollars more than her. And
Oh
they
yeah.
said, because she was like the counterpart of the administrator of these nursing homes.
Hmm.
And she's like, they're like, well, you don't have your master's. She's like, F you. So she went and got her master's and she like, pay me what I deserve. And I
Her
think that
card's
was,
still less.
right, yeah, it was still less. It's still less, damn it. You know, it's crazy. My daughter, I just said to you, like she's just out of school. She just started her first job. She's an environmental natural resource officer, and she's one of the few women in this. And I can see like her change. Like she has to change her persona and to be on her job. And
Mhm.
she's learning how to like manage that, manage like she's in the men's world, like she's, just like she's launched.
Yeah.
You've launched so much, and here we are talking about still bumping up against the same
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
guardrails.
The same thing. It's like you have more exposure, which is great, and that helps, right? And you all those things, like all that stuff matters. It all matters, but it's like you start to look at other things like really under like a microscope, and you're like, oh my God, just like how differently women, queer people, black, brown, anyone that is not white, male, straight, hetero, cis, whatever, is treated in the event of success or failure. And it's just like if any of the aforementioned, like, the women, queer, any of that, black, brown, they win something, it's because they won because of DEI, or like they're just because, oh yeah, they have to do this. But if it's a man or the man loses, it's like temper tantrums, cray babies, not getting their way. They have to like throw a fit because they're not allowed, they're
The hissy fit, the
it's a
hissy
hissy
fit.
fit. And it's like this nonsense of the male loneliness epidemic is just evolution, and like the birth rate is going down because women or people that are able to produce children, to carry children, are not putting up with that shit. And I think it's great. Best news I heard all day was that like US birth rates were the lowest they've ever been. I'm like, good. Because we can live without them, as controversial as that sounds, but they cannot live without us. And it's like, fuck off.
I have been alone and not in a relationship for 2 decades now.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Isn't
I
it
think
great?
it is. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm feeling really lonely. Okay,
Cat.
let's go for a walk.
Yeah.
Let's do something because like I'm I love watching relationships at work, and it doesn't
Mhm.
matter who's with who because I don't give a shit because love is
Yeah.
love.
Don't
And if
care.
you find somebody who loves you and respects you, that's what
Mhm.
I told my kids. I don't care who you with. All I care is if you're respected. I don't care. I
It
don't care.
doesn't matter.
And
It really shouldn't. It's like it's so stupid. It's like don't worry about it. It has not no concern for you. Like, are
but
you in a relationship? Like,
the women around, that I see around my daughter, they're being doctors, they're being, environmental biology people. They're going, they're traveling, they're saving. They have this mission for all of us. And I don't see them saying, "Okay, I'm going to get married, stay home and have kids." That's
no,
that's not the conversation. And that's
no.
what is scaring the shit out of all these men
Oh
because
yeah.
they lose control power. No control,
That's
no power.
well, that's the whole thing. Like, I know I'm a staunch atheist, and it's I grew up in a very Roman Catholic family in Boston. And it's like, listen, like I believe whatever you want to believe. I do not care. But in
I
my
don't care.
opinion, I don't care. Like in my world, like, I'm gonna quote one of my favorites, Trixie Mattel, like, God is not real. I am, and I am here right now. And it's like, believe what you want to believe, whatever makes you sleep at night. But the fact of the matter is, God created man because women could create life, because they needed to have some sort of control, and it's all through violence and sheer force because that is the upper hand that they have. But the mere fact is that the people that have been oppressed the longest, whether it was through slavery, just like domestic slavery, like women being, not as valued as men, it's like, what, you got the world that was built for you, you're failing at. So we've had 50 years and we're already passing you, you fucking loser. Like, you know what I mean? You fucking loser. Like, you're pathetic. Like, go cry to your mom, you bitch. Like, get out of my face. Like, you know what I
Go
mean?
Morgan. Go
It's
Morgan.
like, fuck off. I deal with it at work. I've had this conversation where someone cried because they were misbehaving and did something that they really shouldn't have done. And like, I was the only one to call him out. And he cried and walked off the pad. Now, if I had done that, I would have been fired.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
And
I
it's like,
I hear you. There's such a different measure stick. And then
it's pathetic.
it was interesting because when I started doing these ugly side of change conversations,
Mhm.
I reached out to my competition, and they were, I was like, "Hey, I want to have a conversation with you about blah blah blah," and they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "I don't come from like there's competition, man." there's,
That's
we're
right.
all here. I'm not everybody's flavor of tea. So if I could bring someone else support and you resonate with them, then let's do it, man. Let's just do it. And
But we want to
people,
make the world a better place.
yeah. And so people are like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, no competition. You got to come here, talk. And that's how we're rolling here. And
Yeah.
so it's shocking though. Like, I feel like there's so much guard up for women that were like, what do you mean? You're just gonna like help me? Well, what do you want
Yeah.
for it? You know?
Yeah. What do you want? It's like, that's why, like, a lot of times, like, the over through the years, like, I'm very selective of who works with me. It's like, I don't, we have to have a long history, but it's like, I'm like taking it back. So it's like people that were typically not hired, those are the top of the list. It's like, oh, nope, sorry. You're a cis hetero white man from privilege. I'm not even probably going to consider you. Like, we're not going to get along. You're going to hate what I have to say. You're going to be very unhappy.
Yeah. So
Right?
let's just not start.
Let's not do it. Like,
Let's
I
not
have no
start.
patience,
Yeah.
tolerance for you. I've lost that. Like, I'm entrenched in it. Like, the world I operate in, the art world, is that's what it is.
Right.
It's what it all is. It's just like it's a microcosm of what's going on in the greater picture. So the behaviors that are allowed nationally, internationally, are being allowed in our, because your work is essentially a small government, right?
Right.
It's like, but you don't get a vote.
No.
There's no, you got the illusion of choice. So it's like, I see and watch everyone, and I'm very observant. That's what I do. I like to make fun of things that are stupid. So I have never ending source material with the people I work with.
I
It's
love
amazing.
that.
Like,
So
it's just like,
I
what,
yeah, I get you. I wanna ask you like the closing, like what if you look back, like from the outside looking in, like everybody always says that, like when I got my literary agent, it goes back to what, we're talking about, like, oh, you have an agent, how did you do it? I'm like, do you want to talk to him? Do you want to talk to my
yeah,
agent? Like, I'd be like, here's his name and number. I'll send an email. You can talk. And people are like, what? And because, I'm like, well, see if he can help you, call him. And they're like, you give your agent's number out? Like, aren't you afraid? I'm like, no,
afraid
no.
of what?
Yeah, no, because it's not scarcity. There's enough for all of us.
And it's like, I'm me, you're you. Like, we all provide different things. We all have our role that we play and what assets we bring to the table. It is not one pie that there are so many slices. There are plenty of resources, money in the world for everyone to have enough and not even have enough to thrive. Like this billionaire nonsense. There's no like I don't like I'm anti-capitalist, and it's like in this society that's not healthy, especially the art world. It's like my worst decision I've ever made, but it's like an ethical one because there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. You have profited off of, you have taken advantage of someone else in order to obtain. You cannot be an ethical billionaire. It does not exist. And it's like all those things that, like looking back at everything. And, I would see people that are in better positions or they own their studio or whatever, right? Like they come from money, they had these resources. I don't I don't think that I would have benefited from that, or not that I would have benefited from it. I just don't think I would be the person that I am now, and I think that that's important. I don't. I think a hoarding of wealth or having everything at your fingertips like that is not always a good thing, unless you are distributing it, like trying to help others
Mhm.
without like hoarding. Because it's like I don't see it any different than a drug addiction, but a drug addiction hurts the person in the
Right.
slight orbit. But that, like hoarding wealth and doing that, and not paying people their worth, or you know profiting off of others, that is very damaging. And that like is the butterfly effect. It hits this pocket. So I
Right.
think it was important for me to go through all the steps and have the situations that I was in and go through and make. I was fortunate enough to be of enough privilege. The mistakes that I made, I know, and I'm not ignorant to this. Like if I was a black man or woman, I would have, either been killed by the police or put in jail, like
Right.
prison. It's like I definitely got, off on things because of how I look.
Right.
And I wouldn't at this point, like I wouldn't have changed anything. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. And like anytime someone asks me for help or like, whatever, I will always offer the advice that I have because I don't believe and like you need to like go through this. It's like, no, yes, people need to go through things and experience things. But if I can help you navigate that a little bit better, I can't do the work for you. You have to do that. But if I can help you navigate
Right.
and
Right.
so, you lend the olive branch. That's how all of this is going to get better is like there has to be these actual olive branches
Yes.
metaphorically and like everything that's going on with everybody, like for us to survive. Because like the weak ones, like evolution will work and find it. I mean, it's happening right now. Like women, like they're trying to force women to have kids, and like it's the lowest birth rate. It's like I'm so proud.
That's so awesome, isn't it? I love it. That's going to backfire right in your face.
I
That's
love
going to do
it.
it.
I'm like, I never wanted to have children. I love kids. Like my sister, all my nieces and nephews, I adore them. They're lovely. They're, but it's
They're
like
so cute. Oh my
they're
God.
so cute. But it's
Oh
like
God.
oh my
I could have
God.
still I could have taken them and run. Oh my God. They were
Oh
so
my God.
and you walk by and they're like, "Oh."
They're
Like
my babies. I
that.
love them, but it's like I don't want to be a parent. I don't want to do that. In my lifestyle, it's like I do whatever I want at all times, and that is the lifestyle that I need to live. Like I'm, cognizant enough to understand and like, have I don't like people like, oh, you could have it all, like have all of what? Like that's
Yeah.
not what some people are meant to do. Like I have no
No.
desire for it.
But you
It's
know
not,
what? That is so powerful because there was a lot of women who did that and regret it and were
yeah,
miserable their whole entire life. Like
no-
for me, that was a drive. That's where I got where I was. That's why I wrote my books because
yeah,
I had loss after loss. And then I was like, no other freaking woman should feel this way.
no. And
Nobody talks about this. So I'm going to reach back and pull somebody else up because nobody should be in a room like I was in a room.
no,
So,
it sucks.
it's the community, it's the tribal energy
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
have within your
Oh yeah.
studio
Oh yeah. It's
and
like
that
I'm very like, and I where I donate to too, that like where you put your money, like where you put your money where your mouth is. It's like I my charities that I choose, it's all the things that are getting cut and defunded or people's health care is taken away because they are like a two-spirit. It's like fuck off, leave people alone, has no concern to you. And it's like and I like to do it usually in like ways that, well, it's like a backhand to someone else too. That's always kind of fun.
yeah,
And
like the
you
little
gotta like
singer,
get it.
like the
Yeah,
little
you got
singer at
it.
the end.
You gotta slap them a little bit.
I love
And
it.
it's like, it was, I'm making these, like, I have this crazy mold from 1948, so original Coca-Cola mold from the factory. Everything I do has like lots of layered, intent. It's a reason why it's from
I
1948 and why we're doing this. And it's like, so we've been making these Molotov
I
cocktails.
love those. I saw that. I was like, "Oh my God, I want one of those."
And every single one of those charities was like, the people that were affected by ICE raids. The Lavender Project in Seattle, which is for youth trans health services, specifically Black youth, like trans youth health services. Uh, Adriana Smith, who had to bring her child to term when she was dead and like being kept alive. And, these are the families that we have to, like, the people we need to be helping who are like, are specifically being oppressed by our psychotic fascist government. And it's like, and that way I don't have to like all the people that want to buy those, they're expensive to make, but we raffled them off so people couldn't buy them. It's like, no, you have to do this. You want one of these, you get a chance to get it. And so it was like a total, like, it was like $25 for something that costs like, those ones were like, $2,000 to make a piece. But it was like,
Wow.
hey, like this is like, that's what it costs. It's expensive, but like in order to like not have to pay taxes, like on the government, we'll just like take that money and donate it all to the charities, the people that are getting cut. Like fuck these people. And then the people that wanted to buy it can't.
I love
It's
that.
like fuck you. Like, you know. You don't get what you want just
I
because you
wonder,
have
I
money.
wonder if we're going to be beeped out so much because
Oh
we're like,
yeah. Oh,
fuck you, fuck you,
probably.
fuck you.
Oh, it's like the story of my life. It's like, oh my God. It's like makes it more fun that way though, you know. It's like bleep, 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 bleep,
Beep, beep,
bleep.
beep, beep. I love it. I love it.
My
Sweetheart,
mom will be horrified. Yeah.
she was fine. She loves you so much, but they're just, your father was glowing watching you, like
It's
what?
so surprising too, though, because everything I say is everything he is against.
Because he
You
kept
hear
saying to me, yep. I was standing next to him. Yep, there she is. I was always so proud of her. And I'm like, I
my
know, how could you not be?
the chaos child. But it was like I was always in direct opposition to any form of authority because I went to Catholic school too. I had my
Oh,
own seat in the principal's office that I also inscribed my name on because they told me it was mine. So I carved my name into it, how you do. And then that it became I was, oh my God, my parents wanted to kill me. Like high school was a nightmare, but it was like my sister was like the salutatorian and
that's how I was too. My sister never did anything, and I would leave school, go to McDonald's, and bang on whatever door she was in, Catholic school, and
Mhm.
I would be like, "Can I see Karen? Can I see Karen?" And she'd come out. I'm like, "Here, I bought you a shake. Get away from me, you
Yeah.
left crowds." I'm like, "Yeah, I did. Sure
Yeah.
did."
Yeah. Oh, I think the worst thing I did, I'm no snitch, but my mom, I skipped school one day when I was 15 and we took my mom's friend's car. We didn't have licenses. It's terrible. We went to Rhode Island, crossed state lines, got tattooed because tattooing was illegal in Massachusetts. And we were underage too, so we had fake IDs. My mom ended up seeing it like a couple years later, I think. And like, that's why I couldn't leave the state for college. But I got grounded till I like think I was legally allowed to leave the house, and like because I refused to tell them the name of the shop and the tattoo artist that tattooed me. I was like, nope. Like I made the
That's
choice. Like I'm
that's
not.
go that's going to the grave. My
Oh yeah,
friend
I will
Debbie and I did that.
never.
We left Massachusetts and went to Hampton Beach, and we were gone, and nobody could find us. We come home, and they're like, "Where are you? Where are you?" Nowhere. And we
Nowhere.
didn't give it up. We did not give it
Never.
up. But you know what? The car, her father's like, "Why is there 1,000 miles on the car?"
Yep.
There is? I don't know.
You need a Ferris Bueller that,
Yeah,
like drive it backwards.
a Ferris wheeler that. I love you, honey, and
Love you too.
you're 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 magical in
Oh,
your
thank
quiet
you.
presence. You're not quiet. I shouldn't say quiet, but
I'm softly spoken in person. I'm loud, but I'm like not loud. It's like I'm not a loud person like conversationally, but I think my resting bitch face or like that or my I definitely have a mischievous look to me because I'm always scheming. I am like anyone that's wronged me or anyone else. I'm like, oh, I'll get you.
I think you should
Oh,
make
I'll
a
get you.
t-shirt of that or make
Thank
something
you.
in glass like that. I'm always scheming.
I'm always scheming. I'm like
I
looking
love
like
that. That's your
always.
tagline,
I'm always
darling.
like, I'm gonna get you. Like you fucked that up. I'm like, I'm coming for you. It may not be today. It could be 10 fucking years from now. And I'm like, we'll still take. I'm like, Courtney, my partner is always like, you need to like. He's like, maybe not think about that. I'm like, it's a good idea. I'll get back at them through this piece of artwork. I'll know, they'll know, and like a lot of people will see it, but no one else will know. But I'll like get them, like jab them publicly. That's fun.
You know what I call that? Playing the long game.
Oh, it's fun. It's so
I was playing the long game for a while there. I'm like, I'm just playing the long game. And I'm like,
planting seeds.
playing the long game, baby.
My favorite game is my Olympic sport is mental gymnastics.
Oh, I have this best friend who's a shaman. He says that I got to do my mental gymnastics. I'm like,
Oh
okay, you
yeah.
go do that, man. You do it. Do
Oh,
that.
it's fun. I've been like my little buddy Mary that I work with. We like talk about it all the time. Our our goals and our what we want our futures to be and the futures of others around us and where we want to see ourselves, which is exciting, because I love her and my buddy Manolo. Like we all work together for Dale, and they're like
Yeah.
the M crew. It's like we're all just planning our futures and hope and wanting the best for each other. So it's like, and they're just beautiful, some of the beautiful people I get to see, and it get to experience like a lot of this with, and we bounce ideas off each other. So it's like you have, you don't need a ton of friends, but you need some
Needs-
solid ones.
Yes, yes. And I
Um,
think that's what is so important right now. We just need
yeah.
solid friends.
And it's all about doing stuff in your community too, because people think a lot of times they look like, well, what can I even do to help? This is so much bigger than me. It's literally like in your backyard. Like the
Right,
person standing in front of you, the person, you don't know what people are going through, just like a little bit of kindness and help within your community. That goes a long way, because then people in return will start to think that way too. And then it spreads. So it's like that's why we do the things that we do, and we try to help and
right,
advocate for others on
right,
taboo subject matter, because it's like you got to talk about it. It's the human experience. Other people are experiencing it too. You are not, it's not, your feelings are obviously different because it's what you're feeling, but it's like everyone has had the experience or gone through something similar or traumatic, or, so you just try to make it better for the other people around you, you
Well,
know.
I love the way you try to make it better, honey.
Thank you. I try.
You. I love it.
I'm
If you
glad, because
want
that's
to,
what matters.
yeah,
That's
I
what
want people to follow you on Instagram. So everything's going to be under the videos. And
matters.
I visit your website
Yeah,
and stay connected with you.
that'd be great.
Okay.
My Instagram handle is at zucchini noodles and beef.
I
And
I love that. Every time I see that, I smile and laugh. I'm like,
I'll
there
have to
she
tell you
is.
this. I'll tell you the story behind it sometime. It ended up being it wasn't a true crime story, but then it became one.
Uh-oh. That's a
And it
next
was,
conversation.
and that, oh yeah. And it's like, the 6 degrees of separation. It was like first degree of separation. It was like, uh-oh. Like, so yeah, it messed up, but I kept it because it's, fits.
It
But
fits.
it fits.
It
It's like,
fits.
it's, yeah, it's about accurate, but it's, my website is themorganpeterson.com.
Okay.
And it's like where, I update current work or exhibitions, things like that. But yeah, zucchini noodles and beef at Instagram. And I'm gonna have to do a TikTok at some point, but it's like another annoying thing on the iPhone makes me want to like kill myself and everyone around me. I'm like, I hate it.
Well, don't do it then. Do
I
your
know,
Instagram.
right?
Do your
I have to have
Instagram.
someone, I have to have like a young person do it, someone that's like 20 something that like likes doing that. I'm like, I just want to look at drag queens and like weird ASMR videos. I don't want to like work, you know?
But we need you to work. Well, we don't need
I
you to work.
know.
You do what
Yeah.
you need to do.
Yeah, right. I want to work in my studio, not on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm bad at that part, but whatever.
Well, I missed you and I got my Morgan fix and I hope everybody
Yay.
else did too today. And I'll be
Perfect.
stalking you on Instagram as always.
I'm already stalking you, so whatever.
All right. Love you, honey.
Love
I'm
you
gonna
too. Talk to you soon.
bye bye.